Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a mutual aid update and tell you in more detail what's been going on with me and my cat. So at least where the latter is concerned, you know what to look out for if it starts happening to your fur baby. This is my baby Sindel. She's 14 years old. She's been having an ongoing medical emergency since June 10th. I set up a GoFundMe. I'll put that information as well as my Cash App in the comments and in the caption. Some of you may know I've been unemployed for 3.5 years, with the exception of a 4-month teaching stint. I've applied to somewhere between 3,500 and 3,700 jobs. I've stopped tracking. I've received 3 offers in that time, one of which was fraudulent. My only income right now is my financial aid, which I get once every 4 months. So I noticed some things happening with her in earlier this year. She was limping, starting to notice some significant muscle atrophy on her left arm, and she was having hot spots pop up all over her legs and belly. So I took her to the vet in May when I got my last round of financial aid. Spent a little over, I spent like $900 and change to do blood work, the whole 9, diagnoses, all of it. Turns out she has early onset arthritis. Fine, an injection once every few months, that's manageable. Turns out she has hypothyroidism, and that's what's causing her muscles to atrophy. Left arm, where you see that hot spot, not only has that severe bacterial skin infection there, but the muscle is almost completely gone on that arm. And hyperthyroidism apparently can also contribute or exacerbate skin issues. So let's talk about what's going on with her skin. Had like a hot spot or 2 on her tummy since she was a kitten. That's normal. It's normal for cats, especially if there's fleas or they have an allergy. It's normal. They come and they go. I had never seen anything like this. This all popped up within a couple of weeks. Not only severe itching and irritation, but inflammation, scabbing, bleeding. I got her an e-collar almost immediately. But even with the e-collar, so when I was at the vet, they tested to see if this was bacterial or fungal. It is in fact bacterial. So they gave her an antibiotic injection and sent her home with a prescription grade topical. The topical is doing really fuck all, because most of these hot spots are in creases or in folds where it's very difficult, even with the e-collar, to keep that area dry. So it's just not getting enough air. She doesn't have any fleas. She didn't have any fleas prior to going to the vet. They couldn't really give me an explanation of what causes this. Prior to me being able to purchase the e-collar for her, she was obviously over grooming for months. As of June 10th, when the medical emergency started, she began vomiting pretty much nonstop on the hour or on every 2 hours for 72 hours straight. You can see here the infections will bleed even if she's not touching them. So not only was she vomiting, but she was vomiting up blood. And I have had many cats in my life with many different types of medical emergencies. I'd never seen anything like this. This was after about 12 hours of nonstop vomiting. This one threw me into a tailspin. Like, this was just straight up blood coming out of her when she was throwing up. Obviously, under ideal circumstances, I would have been able to take her to the emergency vet or even to her regular vet. I simply don't have the money, not after having dropped almost $1,000 on her just a month and a half ago. So I've basically just been managing this to the best of my ability. Able now, there is still vomiting. Hairballs are coming up, and her feces is, when you break it apart, there's been no blood in the stool, but it's just pure compact hair. So it's clear that she has some sort of bowel obstruction. It seems like it's trying to make its way through, but I can only assume that that's what caused the vomiting of the blood, and or just severe irritation to her stomach and to her esophagus, causing blood to come up as well. So she's still struggling to hold down food and water. She's extremely lethargic. There were 2 evenings where her breathing was so shallow, I really thought I was saying goodbye to her, until I can get her seen, prescribe a antibiotic for her to take that they believe will help calm the bacterial skin infection. When I take her back, they need to do x-rays and they need to do an ultrasound. So the estimate I was given, in addition to the antibiotics, is another $600 just to properly diagnose Just for edification, the hyperthyroid medicine she's on is 5 milligrams of methimazole, but she can't hold this down, so I haven't been able to give her this medication, which is in turn compounding the skin issue and obviously not doing anything to help with muscle atrophy. This is the mupirocin topical that they gave me, but again, I haven't seen it be effective. The most recent thing that they recommended, since I can't get her in to be seen, is the Duoxo, specifically the SEB, the SEB version. It's basically a SIBO regulator to help with inflammation, itching, etc. They say it's a mousse, but it's really like a foam consistency. And I have noticed a little bit of not improvement, but it's working very differently than the topical, than the mupirocin. Because once you put this on, it's designed to keep the areas that are like in folds and in creases dry. So we're gonna see how this continues to go. Anything raised through Cash App or beyond that on my GoFundMe will help me pay my phone bill to keep my phone on. I rely on my phone because I don't have internet. That's, hashtag unemployed for 3.5 years. So anything beyond the $90 is going to go towards keeping my phone on and giving my landlord as much as I can towards rent to tide me over until I get my financial aid in August. So I hope this information was helpful. I hope it gives you some things to look out for if you have a cat or a dog or have been seeing them experience similar issues. The vet did say this flea and tick season is particularly bad due to the heat. So, there you go. If you have donated already to my GoFundMe or via Cash App, I want to say thank you so much. I set the goal at $2,100. I think I've raised $200 so far. Thank you if you've shared any of my posts. Even sharing it helps. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm a little stressed, a little tired. Have to go write 25 pages for school, so they don't not give me my financial aid in August. But yeah, it's really a struggle out here, and I already posted a video about how private equity is having a huge impact on veterinary care. They're buying up offices and hiking up prices. A lot of this stuff, just to walk her through the door for an exam is over $100. So yeah, we really need to be talking about that a little bit more. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll link the information. Anything helps. I know we're all struggling. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope this helped you guys a little bit.